So to start off this look, I am prepping the skin using the Embryolisse moisturizer, and I am applying the product with the e.l.f. stippling brush. For foundation, I'm going to be mixing the Y225 and the Y245 foundations from Makeup Forever. To start out this eye look, I mixed Peach Smoothie with Creme Brulee using an M441 brush, and I used that as my transition shades. Then I went ahead and picked up Creme Brulee and Frappe in the Morphe M433 brush and applied that in the outer corner. Then with the Morphe E36, I applied Cocoa Bear on the outer corner as well, just to add some definition in the eye. Then again with my Morphe M433 brush, I continued to blend Cocoa Bear, and I did grab some more of that product and started applying more of it on the outer corner and continued to blend the product out. Then I picked up the Eyeshadow Magic Act by Makeup Geek, and I just used a flat synthetic brush to apply the product, and then I went ahead with my Morphe M441 brush and started to blend out my transition shade again, just to make sure that all the shades were blended. Then I picked up my NYX glitter primer and applied that in the center of the eye just to prep the eye for the glitter. And for glitter, I used the NYX Face and Body glitter, and this is in the shade 08. Now, I do recommend you do the eyes first before you apply any foundation or concealer, because if you have fallout, it is more difficult to remove it once you have applied your foundation. But I did forget to do that this one time. I usually always start with the eyes and then move on to foundation, but I was so distracted talking to her that I did the foundation and then I realized I needed to do the eyes. So I moved on to the eyes, and I had to kind of correct my mistake by cleaning up, the area. It was a little bit harder, but it still turned out great at the end. For the wing eyeliner, I used the Essence waterproof eyeliner, and then for concealer I used the Craftobian Warm 1 concealer palette, and I used a BH Cosmetics 130 brush to apply the concealer underneath her eyes, in her T-zone, on the bridge of her nose, on her cupid's bow, and on her chin area. To set the concealer, I applied the Laura Mercier translucent powder, and I used a BH Cosmetics 124 brush to do this. For her brows, I used the e.l.f. angled brush and applied the shade Granite from the Anastasia Beverly Hills Brow Pro palette. Now going back into her eyes, I used the Morphe E36 brush to apply Cocoa Bear on her lower lash line, and I used a smudge brush from Vera Mona to smudge out the lower lash line. Now to start contouring, I used the Tanzanizer by Lorac in the shade Matte Tan, and I applied this just to bronze up her face, and then I went in with the Lorac Pro Contour Palette and I used the shade Light to contour her face. The brush that I'm using to contour her face is just the e.l.f. angled contour brush. To contour her nose, I used the Soho Contour brush. Now to clean up the edge of the contour, I used the Bella Pro Contour brush, and I love this brush to apply translucent powder underneath the contour. It is perfect, and I used the Laura Mercier translucent powder for this. For blush, I used the Shade and Light blush by Kat Von D in the shade Samson and Delilah, and I applied it with a BH Cosmetics 125 brush. For highlighter, I used Champagne Pop by Becca Cosmetics, and I applied it with the Morphe M438 brush. And then I also applied the highlighter in the smaller areas with a Morphe M431 brush. Now for lips, I used the Payadillo lip liner in the shade Natural, and then I topped that with the Lorac lip gloss in the shade Secret Agent. To finish up the look, I dusted off the excess powder and then I applied my Urban Decay All Nighter Makeup Setting Spray. And that's it for this video, you guys. Thank you so much for watching. Please don't forget to subscribe and give this video a thumbs up. And I'll see you guys on my next video. Bye, guys.